The following program is powered by Ride the Wave Media.
Introducing the best podcast in Utah, Radio Daybreak. Here are your hosts, Just Plain and Bex.
Oh, man. Oh. Hey there. Just Blaine here with Radio Daybreak, best podcast in Utah. I'm out here laying by the pool at Novel Daybreak by Crescent Communities. I don't mean I'm actually at the pool. I got too hot. I got too hot walking around, and I had to come lay down out here outside of the game room, the game lounge here. Now, you might ask, what do we do here at the game lounge? The DBC every Wednesday right here at Novel Daybreak by Crescent Communities. The Daybreak Business Community. We meet right here, 1 p.m. on Wednesdays. Catered lunches. If you want to get a piece of that catered lunch, you gotta step up and you can start sponsoring those. But let me tell you today about our guest that we got coming up on the show. I am super excited about Bryan Benson from Lego. This is a big one. Lego's got a convention coming. We're gonna ask him about that. We're gonna talk to him about that a little bit. There's a lot of other big stuff coming up, man. RideTheWave.media, the website's coming soon. RadioDaybreak.com now has merch. Go to that. Once again, we're out here at Novel Daybreak. If you haven't been here yet, man, you got to come check this place out. But let's go ahead now and get to our guest, Bryan Benson with Lego and Brick Slopes. BrickSlopes.com is his website. You guys are going to be blown away by what we talk about. So let's get to that. All right, we're with our guest now. I have told you guys how excited I am for this guest. Look, I almost missed a flight just yesterday. I was in the airport yesterday because a Lego store was right there in the Salt Lake City airport.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm serious. If my plane hadn't have been delayed for being...
You would have missed it.
Listen to this. Not before we get to our guest. My plane was delayed because it was too hot. I have never in my life been delayed because it's too hot. But luckily, I got to spend some time in that Lego store.
Yes.
Which brings me a long way to segue into our guest, Bryan Benson. He's with
Bryan Benson. Welcome to the show, Bryan.
Is a love of Lego, is that the best way to say it for you? Or is that just point blank, you love Legos, right?
Yeah, I mean, the best way for me would probably be to say I have a problem. It was love, and it's turned into a problem.
Oh, no. Well, this is really exciting.
Did it start when you were a kid? Like, you got it, like, was it a Lego, the love? I'm sorry, I don't want to jump too far, but yeah.
No. I mean, yeah, I think like everybody else or most people, I definitely loved Lego when I was a kid. We didn't have a lot of Lego, but I had friends who did, and I loved it. And then, when I got older and started, making more money and it became an option, I started getting back into it, and it wasn't very long before I was real deep back in the community.
Now I see behind you, you've got it looks like a whole bunch of little Lego figurines, right? Is that what you've got going on the wall behind you?
So Lego does collectible figures, a couple times throughout the year usually. And my wife, she also loves Lego. She actually has a little Lego business online. And one of the things she sells on there, in addition to jewelry and some t-shirts and stuff, is these custom frames to display your collectible figures in.
All right. So how many of those do you got there behind you?
Oh man, there's 20, I think there's 28 series there, and there's a lot more that they have. They've got like an NBA series and some other things that aren't displayed here.
Oh my word. So this is awesome. We want to get into Brick Slopes, and Brick Slopes has been around for 10 years. Tell us a little bit, and our listeners a little bit about Brick Slopes, what it is, how it started, your involvement, a little bit of that backstory.
Yeah. So this is our 10th year. This is our birthday. We're super excited about that. And we love being able to bring Lego to the community here in Utah. And that's really how it started. The original founders of Brick Slopes were coming back from another convention, actually in Oregon. And they said, man, that was so much fun. We need to bring that to our community, not only for, the builders, but also for, just the general community to come in and see really what you can do with the brick beyond what Lego, kind of tells you can do with the brick. So they came back, they've got a little group together, and they started planning it. And 10 years later, yeah, here we are. So
sorry, I was just going to say there's only a certain number of recognized Lego conventions, right? And you guys happen to be one of the 10 that they recognize, 11 that they recognize?
11, yeah. There's 11 that they recognize. 3 of them are outside of the United States. Technically 4, because there's one in Canada. But yeah, we feel very privileged to be among the 11 that Lego recognizes and provides support for.
How did that happen? Like, how did that come about? Did you go ask them? Did they come to you? Was it a mutual? What was that like?
Yeah, no, there's a whole application process that, you know, at the time you had to go through, talk about your event, the when, where, why, and what kind of support you might expect from Lego. And then they really communicate to you, you know, these are our values. These are the things that we expect from you. And, you know, we do have to maintain those requirements from them and report to them. But it's totally worth it to be able to partner with such a great, you know, company, long lasting company. And, you know, we really believe in a lot of their values as well, and find that they align with, you know, the local Utah culture.
And being able to use that name, right? I mean, the Lego name and branding is just recognizable. It's huge. It's just huge.
I would say that for them to authorize you gives you this much credibility.
Yeah.
Because that's they're exactly like they're not trying to tarnish their name because that's a known name. That's positive thoughts, whatever.
Absolutely.
I think that's just a true test of what you've done.
For sure.
To me, I think it's from what you've already been saying, like you've got a true passion for this. I want to ask you though, you've said a couple things already. Is there a lingo? I've heard builder and I've heard, what are some
MOCs and
Yeah, totally. Yeah. So if I say MOC or MOC, that stands for my own creation. And that's really what the convention is. There's very few rules about displaying at a convention. One of the big ones is, though, no instructions. Lego does a great job, but the whole point is we want you to use the Lego brick and be creative and build something out of your imagination. And so that's what a MOC is. And then you'll probably hear me say, you know, I have trouble forgetting I'm not talking, you know, to other Lego addicts like me, but you'll hear me say A-full probably. An A-full is an adult fan of Lego. There are also T-fulls and K-fulls, and you can probably figure that out. But yeah, there's a really big community here in Utah of A-fulls, and there's a club and everything. They meet monthly, and and those.
Let me be clear. That's not a-holes, right? That's
no. There are some jokes like that, though. I'll tell you that.
Oh no, this is great. So, you know, we wanted to bring you on the show as well because Utah is tends to be a very family-oriented, place. And when you reached out, we were like, this is absolutely amazing that this event is coming up. So tell us a little bit about what we can expect and when this event is happening here in Utah.
Yeah, you're 1,000% right. Utah is all about Lego. As a matter of fact, our Lego store here is one of the top performers in all of Lego. And that includes, you know, like the Disney stores. So yeah, Utahns love their Lego. And one thing that sets our convention apart from some of the others is, we really do cater to the builders. Like that's our primary focus.
Okay.
But I would say our secondary focus is providing, a safe, fun family environment for the local people to come. And we do that by, not only having these amazing creations that come from all over the world. Builders come from all over the world.
So cool.
So the public, like that's the first thing, right? The people want to come in, be inspired, see those. But we also provide a lot of fun activities. So we've got a brick pit on the floor that has 5 tons of Lego in it. I mean, kids can do angels in there, whatever they want to do. They spend hours playing.
Lego angels, Blaine. Lego angels.
Yeah. Does it have to be kids?
Is
because
it only kids?
No, heck no.
Okay.
Yeah, we've
We're
got
in. We're
We've-
equals.
yeah, you guys are going to be addicted to watch. We've got a graffiti wall, a racetrack, and of course vendors. There's lots of vendors that come, and my wife will be there. She'll have some frames, jewelry, stuff like that. But then also, and again, things for the adults. Not only the play ability, but we also have a stage on the floor where Lego masters from the Fox TV show will come and do panels, and they'll talk about their experience, answer questions.
Oh, how fun.
A lot of influencers will do presentations from there, and we have all kinds of things for you to do beyond just coming and looking at Lego.
That's so awesome. And when are the dates? When will that be here?
Yeah, it's coming up soon. It's going to be August 23rd, 24th, and 25th for the public to come in.
So Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Yep.
Yeah. And we do, for any of your listeners who say, I didn't even know there was a community like this. maybe I want to come and display, our setup day is a day before that, and you can register on the website, as an AFOL and come in and participate and be a part of the community.
And that's brickslopes.com, right? You can go to brickslopes.com, get tickets. What did the ticket cost? Like, what's the price for one of these?
Yeah, so to come as a public, it's really not that expensive. We tell everybody buy in advance because it's $12 in advance of the show. If you buy online, it's nothing.
$12? But
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I know, right?
What a value.
So fun.
Seriously, what a value.
We also have a family pass too that'll save you even more. If you've got a family of 6, you can go on there and essentially buy 5 tickets and you get one for free. So.
Nice. Yeah, a lot of big families here in Utah. So again, you buy those tickets at brickslopes with an S.com. Brickslopes.com.
Yep,
awesome.
Exactly.
What about our listeners? Our listeners got anything special out there? We got a promo code to throw them, or what? What we got?
Yeah, 1,000%. I wrote it down because I know I was going to forget. Yeah, so we're giving your listeners 15% off, which is we do a lot of discounts, but we don't usually do 15%. So
huge, you guys.
Yeah, use the code RDB Lego. I had to write it down, and that works on the general admission tickets, not the family pass because family pass is cheaper than that. But yeah,
okay.
Man, let me ask you. I don't want to get out of here just yet because I got some. I got to get into the real questions.
Yeah.
For you, and I don't want to do that. Like, what's your favorite thing you ever built? Because that's hard. I would assume that's like picking a favorite child. Like, you can't do that. For me, it's my youngest. What?
I was like, is that a hard question? I think I have one too. No.
But I'd love to hear some crazy facts. I mean, we can look up the world facts and all that out there. But like for you personally, like what's the most pieces you've put together? Like, what's your biggest Lego build of all time?
Yeah,
it's funny. It's funny that you ask it that way. So there's actually T-shirts you can get that answer all of the frequently asked questions from the public, like how many pieces, is it glued, did you use instructions? I used to know on the piece count, but it's been a couple of years since I built that one and I forgot. When I took it apart, I counted all of the pieces. But I can tell you with that one, the build was about 4 feet deep and 10 feet long. And that was a pirate island. My wife and I traveled around with that for about 2 years, going to other conventions, sister conventions around the United States. And, really, we're kind of competing against each other in a way. It's really about the creativity, spending time with each other. But, there are awards and trophies and, we want to see, who's stepping up the creativity. And so that was probably our favorite build, the Pirate Island.
That's crazy. I had a 2,000 something piece Nintendo set thing one time. I put it all together, and I think there was a couple hundred pieces left over, but most of it made it into what I put together.
Your design.
You have to have an incredible amount of patience for Lego. There's something about it though that is very serene. Like I don't know, there's something cool about it, and I like that you said that you spend time with your wife. So what do you guys do? You guys get in the same room? Is that date night? Do you guys just
start building?
Like, I mean, honestly, like that sounds like fun to me.
Pretty much every night. My wife and I are empty nesters now. All of our kids are out on their own, and so we've got a Lego room, and yeah, so my wife is working on a creation right now that she wants to have at Brick Slopes this year, and it's basically a recreation of one of her favorite books. And I'm not working on anything right now because I'm just like really focused on making the convention happen. But we go down quite regularly and just zone out, help each other come up with ideas, different kinds of techniques to make things work.
Absolutely awesome. And it sounds like this is going to be one of the biggest conventions that you guys have had. You're coming up, we've talked about it, 10 years. Talk to me about the growth, like where you started as far as your convention size to where we're going this year.
Yeah, like what did year one look like, and what?
Yeah.
I want to. Yeah.
Yeah, I was glad you asked me that because it's pretty exciting. So the first year, the convention hall was 25,000 square feet, which sounds like a lot, but it's kind of small. 25,000 square feet. We had 90 builders come that year and 6,000 public, and that was awesome. So
That's
excited
amazing.
about that.
Yeah.
Fast forward, last year and this year. So this year we're going to use 75,000 square feet. So we tripled our footprint. Last year we had 350 builders come. We're really shooting for plus 400, 425 range. And yeah, so again, 6,000 public first year. Last year we had 14,000. Wow. And I certainly anticipate that this year will be even bigger.
That is massive. That's massive. Do you guys do any sort of like timed builds, like where they're on a clock and you're like under the pressure?
Yeah. So if you attend, if you attend as an AFOL, like I said, you're there for 4 days. It's quite the event. And there's all kinds of games that we provide for those attendees. Things like speed build. There's even a team speed build where you'll get a big set and they have to work together. Blind build where you don't use any instructions, you just look at the box.
Ling, I'm volunteering you for that. You're going to go into the blind build.
Hey, I'll do it.
You could do it. Yeah,
that's awesome.
Yeah. So those are some of the things, and we do have some cool things for the public too. I mean, I'm sure that you guys have a million moms that are listening right now, and they're all saying, my kid does that. He gets a set, he tears it apart, and he or she builds out of their imagination. And we actually we provide table space for kids from the public to register for a spot. They can, when they buy their tickets, they can buy what's called a kids block upgrade, and they get a spot on a table where they can actually bring their own custom build, show it off for friends, family, grandma and grandpa, just like they're one of the big kids.
Oh my word, that is cool.
If I'm hearing that correct, parents, moms out there, you can dump your kids off down here for 4 days. You can pick them back up at the end of. Is that what I'm hearing?
They'll be doing Lego angels and showing off their builds. And
I don't think our insurance covers that. But I'll have to check.
Sorry, I misheard.
Lane has little kids, and he's always trying to find a way to like pawn them off. No,
I'm just looking for a way. I'm looking for a way. I got to ask you this, man. Have you been to Disneyland to the? And I know everybody's been to Legoland, or there's that, but Disney has its own Lego store, and it's one of the first things you see when you walk in. It's amazing. Like you cannot go to Disneyland and walk through there without going in that store. Have you been there?
Oh yeah. And for the people listening, that know the experience you're talking about, where you see, Maleficent's dragon out there and whatnot. Like that's what the kind of stuff you can expect out of Brick Slopes. As a matter of fact, I hope I'm not divulging any confidence here, but there's a group coming from Arizona this year who has built a recreation of Grandmother Willow from Pocahontas.
Yeah.
And it's 6 feet tall and 8 feet wide, and just has this huge canopy, and it's actually interactive. So
my gosh, how cool.
And that's gonna be at the this year.
Yep.
August 23rd, 24th, 25th. Where is it? I didn't even ask what's the location. What was the location?
Yeah, Mountain America Expo Center. Is that? Yeah, I think they're still calling it
Sandy.
that. It used to be the Southtown Expo Center, Mountain
Yeah.
America Expo Center. Yeah, it's really close to, there's public transit that gets off right there near the stadium and the movie theater. So it's centrally located.
Yeah, just right there at the old expo or the expo center. Yes, in Sandy.
Yeah.
Man, Bex, you got anything else, man? I just want to, I appreciate Bryan jumping on. Like, I got so many more questions. I don't think this is the last time we're going to talk to you. It's not, because we're coming down there. We'll be at the we'll be at the Lego.
Yes, we will.
Here. I wanted to know, like, give me a couple other things that we can look forward to seeing. Like, how about this? I got a better way to put that. What are you personally looking forward to the most?
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
and that's from a consumer. That's from from a fan's perspective, not from behind the scenes put it together. What are you looking forward to, man?
Yeah, I mean, I'm working a lot, right? But there are a couple things that are really exciting to me. This year we again, in partnering with Lego, they are sending us some really cool representatives from Lego, all the way from Denmark. So we're going to have a gentleman called Stuart Harris. And, some of your deeper Lego fans will know who he is. He designed the Lego house, which is a huge, not really a museum, but it's kind of like a museum dedicated to Lego right outside of where the corporate offices are, right next to where Lego was founded. The guy who founded Lego, his house and workshop is still right there. And now, there's this huge museum there. And he was the lead designer on that project. And he's coming to Brick Slopes. He'll be doing presentations and doing Q&As with the public as well. And then, I don't know, I don't, but do any of you guys play Dungeons and Dragons? No?
I don't, but I do have my oldest daughter does. Yeah.
Okay. So this year, Lego released a Dungeons and Dragons set, which is phenomenal. It's beautiful.
Awesome.
And so Brick Slopes is actually sponsoring a game for the builders that come, where they can sign up for a spot and they can play a tournament style Dungeons and Dragons battle. And there will be a winner, and they're sending the lead designer of that set to Brick Slopes to DM that game, and again, meet the public. So, if you guys know any people who love that set or love Dungeons and Dragons, Hasbro's even getting involved, giving us some donations that we can give away for prizes, and
that's
you get your set signed. Yeah, it's
my gosh,
that's an incredible partnership. Honestly, like those two fan bases. I mean, that's nerd right?
Oh, like, it's deep. It's deep in the nerdisms. Yeah,
yeah, I love that, and that's a wild story you were telling about the original house and all that. That's old Kurt Christensen. That's the founder of Lego.
Yeah.
The family still owns Lego, as far as I know. The Christensen family, Kurt Christensen's family. That's a legacy that will never end. And for you to be partnered up with that as well, there's all I'm hearing is these absolute banger partnerships. Like, you couldn't have asked for better, right? Like, that's awesome, dude. Like, you're killing it. I can't wait to see this. I can't wait to see it firsthand. I really can't.
We're excited to have you guys there, and hey, maybe you guys will have to do a show from there.
We will, yeah, we will.
You know what? I didn't want to put you on the spot, but I was already going to say, hey,
you've already been asked, Blaine.
Why don't we just broadcast from the whole? We can broadcast from there. We can talk to some of the builders. I'd love to talk to some.
Oh, it'd be so great. Yeah, we'll have to dive into the website, or maybe even just let us know, Bryan, what the agenda looks like when you've got your panelists there, and we'd be honored to be part of that. That would be amazing.
Awesome.
Appreciate you jumping on with us, Bryan. Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you again, Bryan.
Wow. What an incredible interview with Bryan Benson of Lego. Brickslopes.com. Don't forget that promo code to get your tickets at a discount. RDB Lego. That's RDB Lego at checkout at brickslopes.com. That Lego conference is going to be insane, people. I think it's August 23rd, 24th, 25th. We're going to be out there. Radio Daybreak, the best podcast in Utah, will be there. Ride the Wave Media will be there. Can't wait for that. So once again, go get your tickets at brickslopes.com. RDB Lego at checkout for, I believe, 15% off, Bryan said. I'm out here at Brookside Park right now, and I just want to say how beautiful it is, but hot. It's hot, folks. Don't be an idiot like me and sit out here in the heat. There's a little breeze blowing right now, but please make sure you stay hydrated. Take these heat warnings seriously out there, folks, here in Daybreak and in southern Utah and all around. Until next week, we'll see you again. Take care of yourself.